Hello and Vanakkam. I'm Akshita Nandagopal joining you live from Chennai. Hours to go and the people of Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry will be choosing their political leaders. The last few months we've seen intense campaigning, political rivals squaring off, and it all comes down to April 6th, to tomorrow. Also joining me on this broadcast, Akshay Nath is live from Chennai. We also have Gopi Krishna Unithan joining us live from Thiruvananthapuram to break down exactly how political parties have been bracing for April 6th. Let me start off with the state of Tamil Nadu. The stakes are as high as they get for every single political party involved. It's not just about EPS and OPS trying to establish their leadership in the party by retaining power, but also a test for MK Stalin, who for the first time is trying to become the chief minister. And then you've got Kamal Haasan, who's entered the poll fray. Will he be a superstar politician? Will he taste success, the same that he's tasted in films? Remains to be seen. But tomorrow, all these leaders' fates will be sealed.
First election in decades without its biggest charismatic leaders, Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi. The first election where both the Dravidian parties have second-generation netas fighting for power. The Tamil Nadu Assembly polls this time are crucial not just for the ruling AIA-DMK and the DMK, but also for the big national picture. The state, which has the trend of voting out the incumbent, bucked the tradition in 2016 when Jayalalitha was voted to power again. But with Amma gone, can the AIA-DMK do an encore? The stakes are high, the DMK is witnessing another sunrise, and the days leading up to the elections have seen a bitter war of words. From dynasty
2G, 3G, 4G सारा आपके तमिलनाडु के अंदर है. कैसे 2G मतलब मारन परिवार की 2 पीढ़ियां, 3G मतलब करुणानिधि परिवार की 3 पीढ़ियां और 4G मतलब गांधी परिवार की 4 पीढ़ियां.
அவனா வேண்டுமானால் இந்த அரசியல் வாரிசுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு இருக்க அதிமுக வேண்டுமானால் ஓ பன்னீர்செல்வத்தினுடைய மகன், அதே மாதிரி மற்ற அமைச்சருடைய மகன்கள், ஜெயக்குமாருடைய மகன், அவங்க தான் வந்து எந்த பணியும் இல்லாமல் நேரடியாக வந்ததுக்கு வாரிசு அடையாளமாக தெரியுறாங்களே தவிர திமுக பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் அது நடக்கவே நடக்காது.
to corruption,
ஐடி சிபிஐ வச்சு எல்லாத்தையும் மிரட்டுறாங்க. ஒன்று மட்டும் மோடிக்கு சொல்கிறேன், இது திமுக, மறந்துடாத, இது திமுக. நான் கலைஞருடைய மகன். இந்த சலசலப்புக்கெல்லாம் நான் அஞ்சி உடைக்கிட மாட்டேன்.
ஸ்டாலினுடைய மகள் வீட்டிலே இன்றைக்கு வருமான வரி போய் போய் பார்த்த உடனே என்ன குதிக்கிறாங்க திமுக. நீங்க தான் மடியில கனமுள்ள வழியில பயம் இல்லைங்கிறீங்க. ஏன் நீங்க பயப்படுறீங்க? நீங்க ஏங்க பயப்படுறீங்க?
This election is an emotive one. 2016 was such a cliffhanger of an election that the margin of victory was less than 5,000 votes in as many as 53 seats. Will it go down to the wire this time too, or will there be a clean sweep? The 5 seats to watch out for are Edapadi, Kolattur, Coimbatore South, Bodinaikanur and Cheppok Tiruvallikeni in Chennai. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister E. Palaniswamy is contesting from the Edapadi constituency in Salem. He's won from this constituency 4 times.
ஸ்டாலின் திராவிட முன்னேற்ற கழக தலைவர், நல்லா சிந்திச்சு பாருங்க. திரு கருணாநிதி இருக்கின்ற வரை அவர் தலைவராக முடிஞ்சுதான் கட்சிக்கு. அவர் அப்பதான் அவர் நம்பல. திமுக தலைவர் திரு கருணாநிதி அவர்கள் பேச முடியல, உடல்நிலை சரியில்லை, 2 ஆண்டு காலம் வெளியிலே வரல, யாருக்கு ஒரு காட்டல. அப்படி இருக்கிற நிலைமையில கூட ஸ்டாலினை நம்பி திமுக ஒப்படைக்கல. ஆக அவருடைய தகப்பனாரு, அவருடைய தந்தையே திமுக கட்சியை தன்னுடைய பையன் ஒப்படைக்கல. நாட்டு மக்கள் எப்படி நம்புவாங்க? நம்புவாங்களா? அப்பாவே நம்பாத திமுக தலைவர் ஸ்டாலின் தான். குடும்ப அரசியல் சொல்றாங்க.
Kolattur has been a DMK bastion and party chief Stalin won this seat with a huge margin in 2016. Stalin received over 91,000 votes, which was nearly 23% of the total votes polled.
முதலமைச்சராக பதவி பிரமாணம் நேரு ஸ்டேடியத்தில் ஏற்றுக்கொண்டார்.
பதவி ஏற்றுக்கொண்டு நேரா கோட்டைக்கு போகல. கோட்டையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய போக்கு பாருங்க பயிர் அந்த விழா மேடைக்கு கொண்டு வரவழைச்சு அந்த விழா மேடையிலேயே 7,000 கோடி ரூபாய் கடன் ரத்து உத்தரவு பண்ணார். நான் அதை மனசுல வச்சுக்கிட்டு பொங்கல் விழா வந்துச்சு பாருங்க. அதுக்கு முதல் நாள் கோகை அன்னைக்கு திருவள்ளூர் மாவட்டத்தில் நான் ஒரு கிராம சபை கூட்டத்துக்கு போயிருந்தேன். அந்த கிராம சபை கூட்டத்தை பேசுறப்போ அங்கிருந்து விவசாயிகள் கோரிக்கை வச்சாங்க.
Cheppok Tiruvallikeni was the constituency of M. Karunanidhi for many years till he shifted to Tiruvarur. This year, his grandson Udayanidhi Stalin hopes to take the legacy forward. The AIADMK is already demanding that polls be rescinded in Cheppok and 4 other constituencies over alleged illegal money distribution.
ஒரு கூகுள் பே மூலமாக வாக்காளருடைய அந்த செல் நம்பர்லாம் வாங்கிட்டு அந்த வாக்காளர் அக்கௌண்ட்டுக்கு வந்து பணத்தை போடுறது.
Coimbatore South has been an AIADMK bastion, but this time it's been given to BJP leader Vanathi Srinivasan. But it is here that actor turned politician Kamal Haasan, founder of the Makkal Nidhi Mayam, will be making his electoral debut. Thousand Lights is another constituency to watch out for. BJP's candidate here is popular actor Khushbu. Giving her a fight is doctor activist Dr. Arilan Naganathan from the DMK. The battle lines are drawn, the warriors are ready. On Tuesday, voters will decide who will win State of War Tamil Nadu. Bureau Report, India Today.
And let me take this across to Akshay Nath, who's joining us live from Chennai to essentially recap what we've seen in the build-up to April 6th. Akshay, as I mentioned earlier, the stakes are high at this point for every political player, for every political leader in this election. Without the likes of Jayalalitha and Karunanidhi, every political party leader wants to stamp their authority, establish that they've essentially taken over the legacy of the previous leaders.
Well, yes, Akshita, what we're seeing here in Tamil Nadu right now is an election without the two stalwart Dravidian leaders, Jayalalitha and MGR. And at this point of time, which of the Dravidian parties will emerge victorious is the biggest question. Will it be AIADMK, which was led by former Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha, or will it be the DMK? And we have to remember, while the DMK has MK Stalin, who has been with the party, who has been actively involved in political front and has been seen as one of the faces of DMK for the last 50 years, versus EPS, who is someone seen as a newbie entrant. Though he has been in politics for a really long time, he has never been in the main picture of the AIADMK space. But in the last 4 years, he's been able to convince his colleagues in the cabinet as well as many of the senior AIADMK leadership about how he can lead the party forward. And moreover, it will be a tough fight for the BJP as well. They will be trying to make inroads into the state of Tamil Nadu, which has always been
so there are
the
clearly, Akshay, from what you're saying, many factors, and perhaps when the people vote, we'll know which way they've gone on each of these factors, what their opinion is on each of this. Let me also focus on another dramatic development that's happened in the last few hours as we count down to polling day. VK Sashikala, she's been spoken about so much in the last few months. She's not going to be able to vote this time because her name is missing from the electoral rolls. She usually votes from the Thousand Lights constituency, which is seeing that very tough fight between Khushbu and Dr. Arilan. But the reason VK Sashikala will not be able to vote this time is because her previous residence, which was Vedanilayam in Poets Garden, that's been converted into a memorial. And this has led to a lot of politicking again. As expected, her nephew TTV Dinakaran has claimed that this is a conspiracy. They've lashed out at the ruling AIADMK Sashikala's team, claiming that she's being denied her democratic rights. It's not just Sashikala. Her sister-in-law, J. Ilavarasi, is also missing from the rolls. Remember that this was supposed to be Sashikala's first vote after coming out of prison, after serving her 4-year term in that disproportionate assets case. Welcome back. Kerala, the beautiful state, God's own country as it's called, will be voting tomorrow. And it's a fight for power between the LDF and the UDF. There are several factors to consider in this fight for the 140 seats. One is the gold scam taint of Pinarayi Vijayan, whether that's going to be a factor on which people vote on. Second, the Rahul Gandhi factor. He's taken up some very unique campaigns. Will that translate into votes? Third, the Bharatiya Janata Party, who've been going all out in Kerala? Can they cause some sort of a big dent? Can they cause a major upset? Here's a primer on what to expect.
The high-voltage election in Kerala will be held in a single phase on April the 6th. Though the main contenders for the 140 seats are the CPM-led Left Democratic Front, or LDF, and the Congress-led United Democratic Front, or UDF, the BJP is hoping to pull off a major upset. Kerala has switched between the LDF and UDF for several years now. In 2016, the LDF romped home with 91 seats, while the UDF won 47. The CPM alone won 58, or 41% of the seats. On the other hand, 24 out of 37 parties contesting the election failed to win a single seat. Dharmadam, Haripad, Puthupalli, Palakkad and Nemom are some constituencies witnessing high-profile contests. While Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan is contesting from Dharmadam, while E. Sridharan, also known as the Metro Man, is the BJP's candidate from Palakkad. Former Congress Chief Minister Oomen Chandy is contesting from Puthupalli. Opposition leader Ramesh Chennithala is in the fray from Haripad. All eyes are on Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, who is not just fighting anti-incumbency but also corruption charges linked to the gold scam.
രാഷ്ട്രീയമായി എടുത്ത പ്രശ്നങ്ങളാണത്. രാഷ്ട്രീയമായി കാര്യങ്ങൾ കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴാണ് മുഖ്യമന്ത്രിയെയൊക്കെ ടാർഗറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ അവർക്ക് സാധിക്കുന്നത്. അതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി എത്രത്തോളം കാര്യങ്ങൾ നടന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് ഇനിയുള്ള വേളയിലാണ് പുറത്തു വരിക.
Kerala is also a prestige battle for Rahul Gandhi. The Congress MP from Wayanad has gone all out to campaign in the state, locking horns with the left and the BJP.
It's interesting to me that the Prime Minister spends every single day saying Congress Mukt Bharat. I have never heard the Prime Minister say CPM Left Front Mukt Bharat or CPM Left Front Mukt Kerala. Never.
It was in 2016 when the BJP won a seat in Kerala for the first time. Party veteran O. Rajgopal won from Nemom after receiving over 67,000 votes. In 7 other constituencies, Manjeshwar, Kasargod, Chattanur, Malampura, Palakkad, Karakkuttam and Vatiyurkavu, the BJP had come second. This time the Saffron Party has fielded Metro Man E. Sridharan from Palakkad.
I have gained a lot of experience. And I have also gained a lot of expertise, technical knowledge. I felt this knowledge and experience should be made available to people of my area. The only way is enter into politics. Mere entering into politics is not enough. You must have some position of power so that you can decide matters, you can get things executed, you can bring help and assistance to the people of this area.
God's own country is now all set for the vote. With Gopi Krishna Unithan in Thiruvananthapuram, Bureau Report, India Today.
And let me take this across to Gopi Krishna, who's joining us live from Thiruvananthapuram. He's been travelling across Kerala to get us a sense of what the mood is on the ground. The biggest question, Gopi, perhaps that's being asked today is whether the voting pattern of Kerala will continue, which is the alternate governments. Is that going to happen this time around? In which case it's going to be the UDF. But there's a big question mark of whether that voting pattern will change this time.
Well, Akshita, that is going to be the million-dollar question, which will most probably be answered only on the May 2nd. But from whatever we have gathered from the ground sense, it seems that the northern Kerala, which includes the most red bastions of Kannur, Kasargod and Kozhikode districts, these regions are certainly going to remain with the left, and that is the trend that we could understand in northern Kerala. Now, the game changers are going to be the central and southern Kerala districts, where the LDF had roped in new allies in forms of Kerala Congress Mani, the famous K. Mani's son. Jose K. Mani is now being fielded as an LDF candidate. So all the dynamics, there are new dynamics, there are new equations which have come into play. So certainly we will have to wait and watch on how this plays out. The Congress is hoping that the traditional voting pattern in Kerala would remain as such, where they would elect alternate governments to power. But the LDF seems really confident that they can change that equation.
They'll definitely be hoping for that, Gopi. But the LDF hoping that they'll make a comeback change that pattern as you're mentioning. Thank you very much, Gopi, for joining us on this broadcast. Completely run out of time, but we've given you a sense of what to expect in Tamil Nadu as well as Kerala. And here on India Today, we promise to get you the most comprehensive coverage and analysis on polling day, April 6th. Do join us here on India Today as we'll be getting you the latest ground reports from Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. That's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Coming up on the other side, Preeti Chaudhary is joining us live from Kolkata with all the action from Battleground Bengal.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.